Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and I am joined with...
Skinny Minnie, what's up?
Alright then. And welcome back to Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Woo!
Last time we left off... Let's just continue. I think we were doing the topic dance of deduction, seduction, conduction. I don't. We were doing things, and we kind of showed Miss Pavlova as a damn liar. So let's just continue here. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then all of a sudden she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
Well, dang. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquire the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah!
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So, at that point, you thought it's safe to try and lure the kitten back again, huh? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy, I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the fake whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. I
Propensity?
Maybe. Frankly,
I don't know.
I'm too tired and I don't give a shit right now to really fix myself. So.
Same. Yes. So there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Oh God.
Damn.
I nearly passed out with this shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Burya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
Must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she did.
You okay?
Yeah, it was super weird.
Oh. Okay.
And now she disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared they would send me back.
Oh, but hold on a minute. What about the snake? Oh, you're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? Wait, what on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship?
Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Pirosco.
I'm trying to think if there's like a pun to it, or maybe it's just Russian for something. I'm just too damn ignorant to understand, but yeah, all right. What? What? That snake belongs to you?
He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yeah, how did that snake get into this cabin? But the animals are not permitted on board.
Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands?
Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in, huh?
No venom. Pirovsko does not have venom. He is harmless. Very long, but very gentle. He's...
Well, Gabe, I didn't know you knew my nickname.
Oh, your nickname is Granny?
Damn it, Danny, really? Why you gotta take a moment away from me?
You set that up for yourself. You gotta admit you did.
I did, but damn it.
The best.
The best.
Okay. Oh, he is adorable like Granny.
It's venomless.
Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And
And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose?
Ha! Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid ones. Perosos eat mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Mice.
So is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for?
Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food?
Yeah, nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. He turned to an anime character. I can't see his eyes.
It's serious.
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce does something so inept land a starring role?
It is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pirosko has nothing to do with this incident.
So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. See, if it was me right at this moment, I'd rip a large one right now. Just cut,
Why?
just cut the tension. It's like, hey, sorry guys. Boop.
Everybody's like,
Miss Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But...
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. But it was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
Was it? I'm no great detective like Mr. Holmes, and I don't have a gift for knowing the truth, but even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh! I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction?
ah!
I do hope you're not finding your shackles too uncomfortable. No, not again. When did he do that? Especially as on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we'd made our next port call. You were, Mr. Holmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
You're my best friend.
Yeah.
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 Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. Excuse me. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah. Whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. All right. I'll see what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
He's just sitting there like,
Right? So then, shall we begin? Yes! What we should ponder first is a victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? This is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it!
Wait! Let's just take a step back here. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened now, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. Well, the evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. But really? Ooh, let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally the word that the victim's death was no mere accident.
Unequivocally?
Yeah, I know the damn words. My mouth is like, so it's like, damn it. Anyway, the evidence that proves that, you know, it was not an accident. Let's take a look at the, let's present the crime scene photograph.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left his message on the floor. Oh, that script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dyed message in their native language. Japanese, in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian.
Oh gosh, sorry.
You're good.
It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry? What do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left his message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death! Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead!
No! That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What? So, Sasato-san had noticed it too then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves that this was no accident. In other words, and what we're looking for here is, where is it at? Oh, it's the mark on the floor. That looks like a damn skid mark. So, let's go ahead and present that.
Yes!
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell that kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Well, unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Ah!
Yes. Remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no.
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in this cabin, there was someone else in the room. I wonder who, based on that silhouette game. Really? It was my ass, apparently. And that same person deliberately arranged a scene to disguise the truth in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Yeah, I can't really scream right now.
No, you're good. Don't do that.
Ugh.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's.
Oh god,
Who the hell was that? Was that Stroganoff?
probably. You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this.
What are you talking about?
Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Oh, yes. Are you in or out?
Or
Man, I used to watch a movie too many times as a child. It
are
wasn't.
you talking about the third one?
Yeah, the Prince. Was it 40
the 40
Thieves?
Thieves? Yeah.
I thought there was more to the subtitle besides Aladdin the 40 Thieves. Was the King of Prince of 40?
It's Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
The King of Thieves. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Who the hell voiced the father?
Hold on. I know it.
It's gonna bother me now because, damn it, I don't care if people watch. Like, hurry up, no, play the game. No, shut up. I want to figure out who the hell this kid. I'm looking it up.
Me too. And the King of Thieves.
No, King of. Hurry up, I'll get it first. Huh?
John Rhys Davies.
Damn it! I was just clicking on it. Isn't that Gimli?
Yes.
Hey, cool. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's Welsh.
I thought he was Scottish. Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Oh.
He's a Welsh actor. He was born.
He's great.
Oh yeah, so he is Welsh. Okay. Okay, cool.
Welcome to the 40 Thieves. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh yeah. I think there's an only. That's you, I think.
Oh, that's me. Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
And the only other person in the captain when young student died was you. Yes. You bish.
Well, it's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message. To be precise about the details. Would you mind? Bish? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. Yeah, I don't know why the hell that thing goes off sometimes, and I freak out. One time it spoke when I was sleeping. I'm like, I woke up, like, and I was about to fall off my damn bed. Oh.
Hell no.
And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yeah, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
You always expect me, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, this bitch.
This. Have you heard this song by Bruno Mars?
Which one?
The new one that just came out that's all over everywhere.
Probably not, considering I'm not hip and into the
Okay.
today's events, but
I have to show you the song after this.
okay. Seaman Stroganoff!
Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of the ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
Ah, so that's it.
I just realized, I'm so sorry. If you look at his tie sideways, it looks like a fish.
Wait a minute. Is there a way I can get rid of the text box? I kind of see what you're talking about. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And me
I
being,
just noticed it.
and me being perverted, I don't know why I look at his name tag and why does my mind rearrange the words as anal?
Mina.
I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
That disapproving Mina. I'm like, damn.
Oh god, sorry. Okay.
Alright.
You say that when young student died, Nina was in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth.
What? Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
You are a great detective. You should know. Oh, that's me. Dang it. Look truth in eyes. Captain Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go to cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want me to tell killer can walk through locked doors? Niet! It's impossible!
Ugh! Oh, he's right!
But wait! I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Thread? Are you stupid?
Don't you dare call Susato stupid, you punk.
Get him, Danny. Get him. Drag his ass!
No, I can't start clowning on him. He ain't ready. He ain't ready.
Not yet.
These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could even be used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Sasato-san! How can you shift it into me how can you shift it onto me like that?
'Cause I can't.
Damn it. So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily.
What?
I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Holmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Nope. Well, yes. And so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. And if you guys remember, this happened right before the to be continued portion where you saw like the ship violently swayed back and forth. It knocked over everything in the bookcase, and then we noticed that the bolt was then latched shut. So what you want to do here is hover over a bookcase and present it. Look at that bookcase there. Look at all that porn. See all the see all the books and things on it that toppled over?
So that must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that have been fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe... Yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects.
All right, Miss Frizzle, calm down, all right?
Oh my god, I would love that.
Uh,
I would love to see her as Miss Frizzle.
somebody out there, please draw what we're talking
Please.
about. Is there nothing Sasato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books in a bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door.
Ah!
It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship had made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door yet. But then... you need assistance.
You're stuck.
Oh, that sounds like... Yeah.
Inspector Hosanaga.
Oh, yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. I don't even think I said the misspelling properly.
That was... Okay, that was pretty good.
Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed?
Yes.
Whoop.
Sorry, that was me just rolling in bed. Sorry. The SS Burya made another emergency stop! When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had been toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over, just to be a dick.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came to this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Osogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Of course she doesn't. Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop? Yes.
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it's simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? It used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh, yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is was compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Don't you look away, you son of a bitch.
Wait, it was you?
When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. It happened when I was dry humping the damn wall. You want to know how I pushed that button exactly?
No. Oh, I gotta keep pressing.
Mr. Holmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button that has but one purpose in life.
Oh no.
To be pressed, whatever the occasion. You know, it reminds me of a scene from the Louis show, like Louis C.K. He and his like friend, girlfriend, whatever, they go to an art gallery. You know, like, I hate... Now, please, I'm going to be ignorant about this. I apologize. But, you know, like, some art galleries just seem to be out there for the sake of being out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this art gallery was. So there was a button, and it said, do not push. And he's like, what's going to happen if I push it? Well, he pushed it, and I can't say the word that came out of the box. So
Oh, I seen that. Yes. I was like,
I had a good laugh. And then when we tried pushing it afterwards, I'm like, man, that show.
that was so funny.
Yeah, it was. He sounds almost proud of himself.
Because he is. How dare you mess with sheep? I will report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now.
No, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop or did it not?
You are idiots. Borea is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in the middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Oh, really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating! Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? Okay, well, that's not a problem, because if you go to the ship's log, if you take a look in there, you notice that on the January 9th, you know, Stroganoff was on duty, and every half-hour increments, he writes what's going on. So, apparently there's been nothing to report except after 1:30. So, that's odd. Let's present.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff,
Oh, yes.
it's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right?
Da, that is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties, right?
Why are you what are you doing with that? That is mine.
Oh, you're rather carelessly left on the top of the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But, as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later.
I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always.
The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase, nothing to report, every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log.
That is... Duh, because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Bitch. Indeed so. Which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Burya.
Yes.
Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish.
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Excuse me? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. Holmes. Not now, buddy. Alright? You don't talk about that now.
Which one?
Damn it, Danny, I said no. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We've all suffered from it. Oh, yes. I've had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes.
Owie.
You've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. Yeah, well, he's right. You know, my head's been throbbing today, too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything had felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all this was happening to me? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yeah. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yeah! You know, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh! Mr. Holmes, do you mean to say... that there was something wrong with the chicken?
Yes, it was tofu. Those bastards.
Those liars.
I do. No! Really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific, word designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug? Do you mean Whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so that no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Holmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a damn drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Well, seaman.
I don't know what that was.
You're good.
Don't ask me.
I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have been an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, will be hauled over the coals for aiding and abetting a renegade.
Guilty, look at that face.
That's the face of someone who just shit in his pants and doesn't want to admit it.
Please, no more. I will tell everything.
Oh, that God, why can't I read?
I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet. Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel.
I don't believe it.
You're alright. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yeah, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point.
Duh. We could not make all drug. How do you say... dissolve?
Ugh. Talk about heavy seasoning.
At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat.
While all the passengers in Asburia slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion the evening meals had contained. So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on a ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova.
Dog, did you just... My dog just farted.
I think I heard it.
Yeah, that was her.
I thought she was whining. Damn.
No, that... Good lord.
Oh, God.
I'm sure it smells like ass right now, too.
Diaper, why?
Oh, man, I do not envy you right now.
God, she has a big farting problem.
Oh, that's...
She got gas.
What the hell do you guys feed her?
Normal dog food.
Oh. Well, I might want to do something then, because...
You okay?
Oh, don't smack her. She may let out more gas.
No, she's... Oh, God. No, she's okay. Can you not put your pooch in my face?
What? Ooh, okay.
You know when they lay on their back and they're just like all sprawled out?
Yeah, no, Benji does all the time, and he just lets his dangles just come out. I'm Benji, no! Have some decency, buddy.
Dingle dangle?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I'm calling it that now.
Oh, great. And,
That's great. Okay,
and that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Well, surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been a complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Oh, of course! Well, just like us, all the other passengers have been eaten that would have eaten their evening meal chicken in their cabins. After which they would have just been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes!
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door of the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning.
You have talked long time and said many things. What is point?
The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night.
But... I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl.
You like to speak your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am a sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
A laudable trait.
What?
I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind.
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes. But what? For observation is the basis of all deduction.
What are you talking about?
I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Oh boy! Now before we do this though, I mean we're getting pretty damn close, but I'm kind of thinking we should save it for the next part.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure how long this is gonna take, you know? Or should we just keep going and just say screw it? What are you thinking?
You know, screw it. We haven't done a long episode in a while.
Well, let's do it then.
Woo!
Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Holmes? With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two, prevocators. Observation?
If you remember, Mr. Not a dog.
Oh Oh, okay, that's cute. She just curled up right next to me.
Oh.
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You were delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. All right, I'll see what I can see then. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. All right, well, let's just kind of look around, see what we got. What the hell's that?
Sir?
Buddy, you got ink stained on your back. Nasty.
Oh, I examined it.
That's fine. Oh, look at this. It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken.
Ink. And look at the color, too. Oh, it's clear where this came from. All right, well, let's just, how do I present it?
You highlight it? Oh,
It's not,
there you go.
oh, it wasn't showing up
Yeah,
again.
you gotta do it. You have to do it on the side for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that.
Maybe it's just a weird angle I was at. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there.
Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain.
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman.
Allow us to make it. Oh, that's you.
Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform.
And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then. The evidence that proves what the stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is... in the next episode. No, okay. We'll just... If you just want to... It is a crime scene photograph, but if you want to just take a look at the photograph, it's like, oh, well, ink. And that's ink.
2 and 2 plus 2 is
5!
Yes!
no.
Aw. Yes! It's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink.
A rather unusual color of ink. Purple.
Ah!
Purple.
Purple.
Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color.
Oh.
If
Oh, shoot.
the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt.
Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything.
Huh?
I arranged everything in dead student cabin to make it look like wardrobe man did it. Then I pressed button to make Boria do an emergency stop and both cabin doors shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Beef, please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on the floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you.
The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor?
Yes, that is right.
So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor.
She said she was worried when she heard the sound of something falling on the floor. That's when we went to look. No, Angel. The door was not locked, so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
Thank you!
Bless you.
Thank you. What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened this door of student cabin and looked inside,
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
I mean... Well, Miss Pavlova?
Yeah. Oh. Yes, that's right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand. And I believe you.
So is that finally it now? Have we discovered a real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Oh, something very neatly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Holmes? Is this...
I forgot he was here, to be honest.
Right. Is this photograph... Yes, I took this. I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area on this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural.
What do you mean, unnatural?
What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Nahodo? Oh, well... if Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photograph seems unnatural? So I think I remember coming to this point, I was a little bit confused, because it's like, I'm not really sure, like, everything looks fine, but it's like you kind of want to look beyond it. It's like if somebody died of a broken neck, you know, instantaneous, you're not going to really have body function, you know, it'll be kind of limp, I assume, right? But look at his left hand.
Why is it clenched?
That is odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's present that.
Yes!
All right. If he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something.
What do you mean?
Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. What, you did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Holmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense?
Yes.
I would. This is what I found.
Oh my god.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle?
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Observation, Mr. Nyahodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to be in Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Look. Look with your special eyes. My brand.
My brand. Oh.
Wait a minute. Look at her left ear.
I'm trying to go. There we go.
Take a look. Yeah, that's a little weird.
Present it.
Let's examine it first, I guess.
She has such a petite ears among that beautiful hair. Like pink little, like little pink shells. Like my kimono.
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear.
Ah, that's what I expected called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry.
I was very confused. I was like, that's not what it says.
Oh, it's not?
No?
Why do you...
Huh? Hold on, did I skip it? Yeah, it says, there's something dangling from her ear. Sasato says, yes, that's an earring.
Oh.
Yours is something completely different?
Are you... Wait, did you click the one that's, where her earring is in there, or it's missing?
Where it's actually there.
Oh, no, I clicked the one that's missing.
Oh, you clicked the right ear.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, well, that's kind of funny how they're almost the same until they reach that point, though.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, you're right, though. We actually want to present the left ear because we want to show that, hey, it's the same earring. What the right ear is basically showing is like, yeah, wait, the crescent moon is missing. So actually, I can see the little confusion here. Because in my mind, I would present the right ear. I'm like, hey, this is where it should be. But the left ear proves that it should be there. So we want to go over the left ear and present that.
Yes!
Okay. I guess, let's see. I have, Renosuke's like, an earring, is it? It's really tiny. And she's like, perhaps it's part of missing. Maybe it broke off.
Okay, now that's fine. You can just go ahead and read it all if you want. I already presented the left ear.
Oh, okay, whoops.
You're good.
Oh, does it have to be the left ear? Okay.
I did a left
Okay.
ear because I think it's...
Okay, I'll probably do that.
Oh.
Left ear. Boop!
Crash. Miss Pavlova, on your ear there, I see you have a crescent moon as well. Oh!
What?
And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it on must have been broken, I suppose. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Nahodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor? In other words, last night, in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally an arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during the final moments?
Oh no.
Angel? Come on, just tell the truth.
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after a horrible long day. Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
Should I just go ahead and do this then?
Who's talking? Is it Kazuma?
I would imagine it's Kazuma, right?
Oh, no, it's fine. I can do. Well, actually, you can do it.
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka. And he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friends in my arms again and I was going to leave the man's cabin...
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land from the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
That was not Russian, but sorry.
That's totally fine. Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you run away.
Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted. And then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when he went to fetch help? From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Beef. If they find out I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door?
yes. I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway, in wardrobe still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Sasato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote Russian words so that people who found him would look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway.
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus inciting the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Yes, meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just... doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Sogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There's one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at the moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? Now first, consider the victim's location within his cabin. Well, that's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yeah, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still, that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes! If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out of even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? She thinks that he was looking towards the bell cord. However, if you just move a little bit more to the right, it's the wardrobe. He wanted our opinion. Are you gonna present it or just click on it?
I presented it.
Okay. Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring that bell cord. Yes. However, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
And, more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Miss Pavlova, please think back carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, no. Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova. I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But, unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really. I'm so sorry. What have I done?
And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident of the SS Burya was finally laid to rest. The music really doesn't help, you know?
It doesn't.
What will happen to Miss Pavlova right now, then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians be trying to repatriate her? Or repatriate, whatever? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Holmes can do that? So, she won't be going back to Russia, then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see.
I am so sorry.
Seems Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death, it feels like such a waste. But, well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Duh.
Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yeah. I did stow away, after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, we should get back to your cabin now. Looks like my study. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun, then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Excuse me. Oh. What's that? Is it someone weeping? It's not me. Oh. Mr. Sato-san?
Nadahoda-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Osanaga just told me I should pack. Yeah. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
Oh.
That stupid ass detail there. Come on.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Sasato-san.
He had such grand ideas for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now I know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Nanahoda-san. It's just too much.
Yeah, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Never mind. I thought you were Holmes.
Inspector.
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. Huh? Gotcha, bitch! Surprise, Mr. Nanahoda?
Please title that the episode. No, don't do it, actually. It's kind of sad. Never mind.
Wait, what is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I should always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So, I decided to restore them. For old time's sake, shall we say? You are a stowaway, after all. You know, he thinks this is funny.
Lol.
Mr. Holmes.
Bow.
We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Oh, not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute! It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no. I don't care for me, but... poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems has an extremely simple solution, you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue surely, right?
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Holmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be a little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
yes.
Mr. Sato?
Yes?
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... Oh, shit. Well, I'm sorry, then. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance that it could work. But, as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge! Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn when I must become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, that's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all that in just 40 days? Well, there's only one way to find out.
oh,
I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mrs. Sato?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled Inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness! Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest! Give us fascination! Well, speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. And to receive another ass-whooping.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm gonna try. I wonder, what would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer.
I would be delighted to help you. I am judicial assistant after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Mr. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes! That's exactly what I need!
But, before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
Goodness. What is it?
Yeah, we're already almost 2 hours into the video.
That's why I was wondering, should I leave it, make 2 episodes out of it, but we were getting close anyway.
I didn't realize it was gonna be, because it's mainly just text.
It is. I mean, and that's the thing when it comes to this type of game. It's like, even though there's like little actual gameplay left, there's story left to go through,
Yeah,
So
I always forget about that.
Oh, but it's all good though.
My bad.
They'll watch it.
Okay.
Please throw me to the ground. 3 times.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. And of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin doors that...
No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times!
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it! Don't even think about it.
No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Okay.
Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato Takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of a combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if he's been so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry?
Hi-ya! As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato Takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Susato squash.
My back.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma? I'll let you voice him again.
Okay, that's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Sogi clan.
I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on your study tour is more than a little irregular, surely.
Shing. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
That important thing he had to do? I still don't know what that is, or what that was.
Dang it!
But I'm gonna seed a place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been Case 2. Something about the speckled band or another.
The speckled bear. Ooh, Crash Course candidate.
Yeah, awarded! Yay! Yay! I'm gonna go ahead and save. Just to see where to. Boy, it's been it's been a little while.
Ooh, yes. Don't ignore that. And don't look at
the times are wrong. Shut up, everybody.
No, it's not been a month since we recorded. Shut up.
No, yeah, it's not like we have adulting to do. But yeah, no, that has been that what was the exact episode called? The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
Yes.
And you know what? What I really, really love about that particular episode was the character growth, really. I mean, the entire Ace Attorney series, in my opinion, is known for that. But in that one case alone, and seeing I hate even saying motive, but the outcome of the death, of it literally just being a straight-up accident, it tugs at your emotions, you know?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
frankly,
I cried.
all the other all the other cases we've seen in the entire series is always because of some asshole who just like, oh no, you must die, you know. But here, straight up, an accident, and I cried before and I cried now. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like that shit pulled at my heartstrings.
Yup.
And this is what gets me excited about this particular game, more so of the second game, because you know Danny and I are completely blind to that. At least this, we went through it before, but we kind of forgot. At least I forgot like the little details. So it's good to go through it again, and then just to kind of ramp us up for what we may see in the second game. Because if it's anything like this, and I just keep hearing the second game is so much better than this one.
Oh God, my emotions are not prepared.
Yeah, like I more than likely will cry. I straight up. There's no doubt. So, but we'll get there eventually, you know. And also, if I can add to the end of this, you know, once again, I do apologize that we really just have not been uploading this in the longest time. And what I'm planning on doing is probably taking this on a case-by-case basis where once we record the entirety of a case or an episode, that's when I'll upload it to YouTube. So by the time this video is out and you guys are watching it, obviously you guys have seen all the videos. But I can't guarantee when episode 3 is going to come out and onward until we can actually finish it. Because I feel like that's going to give you guys at least some type of consistency in some manner until we can figure out a better schedule that works for both of us. So once again, I do apologize and I thank you guys for your patience. So
Yeah, thank you.
but yeah, but next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will begin episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room. And I'm trying to remember what this one consists of, and I remember it kind of being, it was interesting, to say the least. I think you guys will like it. So,
Yes.
as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time for Let's Play The Great Ace Attorney Adventures.
Woo!
Love you all so much, and have a great day.
Bye.